never forget, use my code trucking. I don't have a code with every company. I don't know why all companies don't use a custom code, but you can use my code with EA Markets. You can use it with Alpha Capital. But I really recommend with Alpha Capital, use code on demand because that's going to get you the highest discount with Alpha Capital. But you can still support my channel by, using my sign up link, right? And those links are in the description below on my YouTube channel. So if you guys wanted to support my channel, you can do it by that way, or you could just do it by dropping a like, hitting that sub, turning on the bell, right? Actually engaging with the community, stuff like that as well. If you're just dropping in, even if you're not going to be here for long, just drop a like on the video. That would greatly help me, man. Like, I know some of y'all don't want to see me make it. It's all right. But for the ones who, who want to show some support, just go ahead and drop that like on the video. So like I said, I honestly think today could be a consolidation day, but I don't want to try to call it too fast. But typically when you have the market take out some key levels before the New York session begins, typically, not all the time, but typically you're going to have a really choppy day, right? More times than not. So we pretty much taken out the weekly high, which is where that yellow line is out on my chart. And, I just don't really know what's going to happen. I eventually want to see, right, a 1 hour candle or a 4 hour candle close really weak, but I think we're going to have to get up here to this level first, right? So obviously the trend is uptrend, so I'm going to be looking for buys today, right? I don't want to look for anything other than buys, especially given the logic that I just told you guys. Like, look at how we're working in the upper levels of these new week opening gaps, right? Look at how we're working in the upper levels of these new week opening gaps. So I really don't want to see nothing else but buys. Right, then we have a potential breakaway gap right here. I really would not trust this breakaway gap as much as I would trust this breakaway gap. All right, but we should definitely be holding this little bit of a range right here. This range right here should be holding up. So if we put our Fibonacci from swing low to swing high, we'll just be waiting for, price to at least come down to where this yellow line is at, and then maybe start to see if we can take a buy, right? Because we do have liquidity resting, right? Like, all of this is liquidity as well. These yellow lines that you guys are seeing below, these are swing lows from the hourly time frame. So would I want it to come down here and swipe this? Yes. Like, I would feel much more comfortable taking a buy somewhere down here. But that's like talking about a 200-point drop almost just to go back up, 200 and 200 plus points. It could happen, but recently, the volatility haven't really been that crazy, but it definitely could happen. I'm not going to try to rule it out or anything like that. Just have to wait and see when the market opens. Like, one thing I don't try to do is too many predictions. When I first started trading, I used to try to predict everything, but now I realize you really don't even have to predict. All you have to do is wait for the market to tell you what to do. Predictions are nice when you're like learning and you're trying to see, okay, would I be right? Outside of that, there's no real reason to predict. I try to do the same thing every day, which is wait until that 1 hour candle close. So I don't even try to look to take a trade until after 10 a.m. Every day I just try to follow the same system. And that's following your system, whatever that may be for you, is far more important than predicting, right? Like, I mentioned this in all of my screens, like, nobody care about, predicting. Nobody cares if you're going to say, oh, the market is going to go up there or the market is going to go down here. People only care about if you're going to make money from it, right? So that's what I'm here to do. So it's looking like the market is really anxious to try to pop its head up here and get to this level right here. We're going to see how much it really wants to do it. So even the fact that it's going this far up pre-market is like not even leaving you much room to really, find a trade for the market open. But, we're going to see what happens though. So it's 9 a.m. We have about 30 minutes until the market open. I'm going to switch to the 1 hour time frame because now you guys can see we did get a candle to close above this high right here, which means what? That we should still be going up. We don't know how high we should be going, but we should still be going up somewhere. Right. So the next thing I would do to find a buy is I'm going to use my Fibonacci tool, but obviously this is not a swing high. Right? Remember, a swing high is a 3-candle pattern. Just like this down here is a swing low, right? So notice how we have a low point where the wick is at, and then the candle to the left and the candle to the right, both the wicks and the bodies are above this candle, right? That's what makes it a swing low. In order for us to get a swing high, we need to see the same thing up here, right? So we need a high point. So notice we're not even, if this candle right here breaks above this high point, then that's going to be not really that good for us because we really want to see a swing high in order to give us a range, right? But for now, you have to wait for this 1 hour candle to close. And then what we can do is, once we have a range, we can use our Fibonacci tool to see, where the market could possibly pull back for us to take a buy. But, like I said, today is probably going to be a tougher day to trade. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. All right, just based on what I'm seeing so far, we have already done so much pre-market. From 6 a.m., we've already moved up 100 points, right? And then I just can't really see this liquidity down here being taken today. I mean, anything is possible, but I just can't really see the market breaking below these new week opening gaps, right? I don't know if it's going to have that much juice today because, Monday it made some pretty good moves. Tuesday, it made some pretty good moves. The only thing I can do now is wait and see, right? I'm going to be watching this from the 1 hour time frame just because, I don't want to see anything on the 1 minute and then start to lose discipline and end up taking a trade, doing something crazy. So I'm going to move this Fibonacci tool off my chart for now.